we don't get things that we desire. And then we are happy when we hear good words, nice songs, good words, praising words. We are happy. We are unhappy when people criticize or ugly sounds and so forth. And then six, right? Six. And then we like to be praised, and we don't like to be criticized, defamed. Okay. So these are the 8 worldly concerns. So and that brings unhappiness to us. And that is, if we are in that circle, and that is not practice of Dharma. So we should abandon that. So it sounds very simple, but it's very difficult to practice. Even we say, even the high lamas in big throne, with big gathering of disciples, even they are not very. They are not. Some, not all, of course not, but some are not totally being able to abandon the 8 worldly concerns. There are also there are many quite qualified high lamas. Still, they are looking for fame, good name, and so that is very difficult to give up, So particularly getting famous, getting good name, and not wanting to be criticized. These are very difficult to practice. And then, of course, if we get things that we like to have, you feel attachment. That is also not easy to abandon. And then the things that we get that we don't desire, then we become unhappy. That unhappiness is also difficult to give up. If we get sick, if we get cheated, of course we hate that, but get cheated. We think that is so. The Tsongkhapa, he fully abandoned the 8 worldly concerns, and then he fully dedicated to spread Buddha Dharma, the perfect Buddha Dharma, to the people, to the disciples, to the students. So I rejoice in all these your actions. Okay? Now, Venerable, the next verse is Lama Tsongkhapa Chugokala Kizepi, the Nichidasamituji, the Mala Sabdishi, the Shawan Apusur. There is one of the 7 limbs practice. This is the rejoice is also one of the 7 limbs. Actually, the third one, right? 4th one. Now the 5th one is making request to turn the wheel of Dhamma. So, Venerable Holy Gurus, in the space of your truth body, that is Dharmakaya. Truth body is Dharmakaya. From blowing clouds, billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of the profound and extensive Dharma in whatever form is suitable for the subduing sentient beings. So, we are making a request to give Dharma teachings. Or the Dharma teachings also according to our capacity. Because according to their capacity, if they teach us according to their capacity, then we cannot practice. I mean, it's impossible, right? So we need teachings according to our capacity, and then go slowly, step by step. We have to go further up, right? So please teach, give the reign of teaching, profound and extensive teaching to us according to our capacity, from the through the wisdom and the loving kindness. If that is the teaching comes from the wisdom and loving kindness. If they don't have wisdom, then they cannot teach. Even if they teach, they might teach wrong subjects. And then if they don't have loving kindness, then they can be biased. You know, it might teach to somebody, but might not teach to somebody else. You know, because if he likes, then he teaches. If he doesn't like, he may not teach us. So these gurus are not like that, because they have wisdom. At the same time, they have loving kindness towards all sentient beings. So we are included. So there is no problem. So, but anyway, we have to make a request, because Buddha Dharma is not a missionary Dharma, missionary religion. So, except some special cases, Buddhas, they don't teach Dharma without requesting them to teach. So, Buddha himself also didn't teach without. You remember that when Buddha was enlightened under the Bodhi tree in Gaya, he spent 49 days, 7 weeks without teaching a word. And he also said that I have found a nectar like Dharma, but it is so extensive, so profound, and it is without what do you call that? Elaboration. So if I'm going to teach this, nobody is going to understand this. So I choose to keep quiet and sit in the forest. So he spent 7 weeks, and then after that, the Brahmans and the Indras, those heavenly gods, they requested him to turn the wheel of Dharma, because you have enlightened. You are enlightened. And now, if you don't teach, then what is the use of being enlightened? So please teach. So then he started his first sermon in where? Varanasi. And the teaching was Four Noble Truths, right? So like that. So you understand that, I hope so. Now the 15th page, the next verse, Namdala se in shen bai suju ko la chen me samne na ko sugura side ba to viru temper shoes. May the Vajra body created from the purity of clear light, free of the rising and setting of cyclic existence, but visible to the ordinary viewer only. It is unsubtle. Only in its unsubtle physical form, stay on unchanging, without, what is this? What does it mean? Setting, okay. Without waning until samsara ends. So then you understand, right? Understand? So maybe few words you don't understand. The Vajra body created from the purity of clear light. Why he says purity of clear light? Oh, Namda is pure, right? The complete pure. Clear light. So when we talk about clear light, if it is related to Tantrayana, then they are talking about the subtlest mind. You know, so the subtlest mind, which manifests in the normally, which manifests only at the death time. So you know that Mahasiddhis, they try to manifest that subtlest mind during their life. That is the practice. Otherwise, there is no way to manifest that subtlest mind. So that subtlest mind becomes Dhammakaya, right? Dhammakaya. The subtlest mind becomes Dhammakaya. Dhammakaya has two kinds of kayas. There is wisdom Dhammakaya and natural Dhammakaya. Nature Dhammakaya, the real truth Dhammakaya. So anyway, all the different forms, all the manifestations, they all come from the they all have to come from Dhammakaya. So actually, we also came from clear light. The clear light is the kind of creator, the created. So all manifestation of clear light, and then so that time the clear light manifests, and then we die, and there is a subtle form which is called intermediate state, and during that time we struggle for place where we can take rebirth, and then we take rebirth, and then clear light, the subtlest mind, goes underlying. And then when subtlest mind is not there, and then we have these forms, you know, physical forms with different faculties, then all the gross level consciousness arises. Then we can see things, we can think, all the destructive emotions, they all arises within ourselves. Then we make again accumulate many different kinds of karmas, right? So similarly, the Buddha, the Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya, they all have to come or manifest from where? From Dhammakaya, yeah, clear light, clear light. So that form we cannot see Dhammakaya. Dhammakaya can be enjoyed only by the Buddha's mind. Even 10th ground level reached Bodhisattvas cannot enjoy Dhammakaya. It is only within Buddha. So we will not be able to enjoy them. So we need the gross level forms. That is Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya. Even Sambhogakaya we cannot enjoy because only Aryas can see Sambhogakaya. So we need Dhammakaya, Nirmanakaya. So our Guru Tsongkhapa is in the form of Nirmanakaya, and then we must make request please keep this form for us, visible for us, until the samsara ends, so that all sentient beings can be liberated. And then dedication. Now the seventh practice out of 7 branch practices. The 7th one is dedication and supplication. I think we have already discussed earlier. So dedication, I think, is very important, and supplication or making wishes is even more important. So dedication means, you dedicate something for some purpose, some certain purpose. You have something and you dedicate that for certain purpose. For example, you have some money, budget, you make budget, and then this is for my health insurance, this is for my life insurance, this is for my car installments, this is my house installment. We have to make budget. You are dedicating, Yeah. So you're dedicating your budget. This for this, this for this. Similarly, we have accumulated this merit right now, and you must dedicate. This is for this purpose. So if you don't dedicate properly, and then it can be destroyed, what you have just gained. The merit you have just gained can be destroyed by strong destructive emotions. So afterwards, if you get angry and this very strong anger, and then that can make our merit weaken. They can weaken our merit, because that destructive emotion is so heavy, it's so strong. So if you already dedicated, for example, like if you don't make this budget, then we can spend, very easily for other purposes, and tomorrow you have to pay the insurance, you have no money left with you. So we must dedicate. And then if there's some spare money, then we can enjoy, of course, right? So similarly, we must, if we dedicate it, then it is difficult to destroy by the delusions, strong delusions, destructive emotions, because it became quite firm, right? It still can be destroyed, but not that easily. And then also it has to be sealed that you have the merit. Then you dedicated that for a certain purpose. And then you must seal it. Then it becomes more, it became firmer. You make it sure that you put your ornaments in the locker. What do you call it? Bank lock.
Safety box.
Safety box, yes. You have safety box. In India we say locker or something like that. I have no ornaments, so I don't know the word. So in the bank they have locker or something. So here you say safety. Safe deposit box, and you put in safe deposit box, and then you lock it properly 2 times or 3 times, I don't know. And it's a very big security there, right? Yeah. and then you keep the one key with you, one key with the bank. So that is the sealing, you seal this. So similarly, you must seal the dedicated merit. So you seal with emptiness. Yeah, that is what do you call that? The 3 doors. Three liberation doors, what we call it. 3 liberation doors. So you must, if you know about emptiness, then the thing that you have dedicated, that what is it? That is the merit. That is also in ultimate reality, it is empty. It doesn't exist by its own nature. It isn't there inherently. So it is empty. The person, the dedicator, the person who dedicates, this person is also ultimate, in the ultimate nature, it is empty. And then, for what purpose you have dedicated, that purpose is, in ultimate nature, is also empty. It is also empty. It doesn't exist by its own nature. Or that is sealing with emptiness. Okay? So that becomes very stable. That becomes quite stable, strong security. Okay? That becomes not 100%, but maybe 99%, 98%, at least, for sure 95%. Okay? So like that. That is dedication. So you accumulate merit and you make a dedication. If you know how to dedicate, that's well and good. Don't dedicate for this life. Don't dedicate for only for next life also. Don't dedicate for liberation also. Dedicate this for the well-being of all sentient beings. That is, it says in the Bodhisattva Avatara, Bodhisattva Avatara, if you dedicate for the sake of all sentient beings, it is like you put one drop in the ocean. Your merit is like a drop. I mean, we think we did a lot. But compared to the whole samsara, it is like a drop in the ocean. So you put the drop in the ocean, and after some time, so it is all over the ocean. So it never ends. So your merit will never end till you get enlightenment. So you can enjoy the result, fruit, all the time till you get enlightened. But if you dedicate only for certain purpose, particularly in this life, to get rich, to get a small work done, this and that, then if you can get done that work, then you got something at least. But sometimes you don't have the time to get that work done in this life, because in between you may die, Then your merit is finished. Because you dedicated for that, but there was an obstacle, you couldn't get it done, so your merit is just disappeared. So we have to know how to dedicate properly, so that we can get the interest forever. So you have to know in which fund we must invest, how to make investment, So if you don't make proper investment, then you will lose. So So that is dedication, right? And then supplication is making wish. That you don't have anything, but you can make wish, any kinds of wish. I would like to be this and that. I want this and that. Any kind of wish you can make, right? So we can make wish to get enlightened for the sake of all sentient beings. If possible, this lifetime. Otherwise, as soon as possible, within 5 lifetimes or within 7 lifetimes, and so forth. Okay. And then you can make wish that actually you must make a wish with cherishing for others. That is a good wish. The self-cherishing wishes are considered very narrow wishes. It is very narrow thinking. But anyway, you can make wishes, and then we make wishes for that all beings be benefited by Dhamma teachings. And then you can make wish to be able to understand the karmic system. You can make wish to be able to understand emptiness, to get the right understanding of emptiness. You can make wish to generate bodhichitta within yourself as soon as possible. These are good wishes that we can make and we should make. And as we discussed yesterday, some subjects in Buddha Dhamma is very difficult to understand, particularly to get the right understanding. So, if you don't have enough merit, we don't get the understanding. So we know if we are not understanding getting the meaning of certain things, certain Buddha's teaching, that means we don't have enough merit. So we must accumulate merit, and then we must pray. Pray means making wish. Make wish to be able to understand that to the Guru Tsongkhapa. Guru Tsongkhapa, you must make the wish. Please help me to understand this, to get a good understanding of karmic system. To please bless me, and through that, then you can do the afterwards. We will talk after some time, So you can make that prayer. So through that, if you keep on practicing from the heart, then you will get, for sure you will get the blessing. And then one day you will get the understanding. So it's something, when you have accumulated enough merit, the understanding will come like this. So people, I should not say this, but among us, maybe not a big problem. All Buddhists, right? I'm not criticizing. I don't want to criticize other religion, because some people ask, Buddhists, you are a very small number in the world. You say you are the good teaching. Buddhism is a good teaching. If it is good teaching, it is so nice. Why majority is appreciating? Why majority of people of the world is not appreciating? I say, I'm very sorry, but Buddhist philosophy is for the intelligent ones. You have to be intelligent to understand Buddhist philosophy. And I'm very sorry to say, tell you that the majority of the world's citizens are stupid ones. And stupid people, for stupid people, it is not suitable. Because other Dharma teachings are very suitable because you believe in something up there, where is, who knows, up there, where is God actually, you know. Doesn't make sense, does it, for us? It's up there, looking for you, looking at you, giving punishment, you know, all these things. So intelligent people cannot digest this idea, but we need some kind of security. So there's somebody up there. So if you have some problem, oh please help me. I'm in trouble. You know, I'm in trouble. Somebody might be there. So you feel good. You feel happy. And then sometimes, you know, some good things might happen to you. That is also possible, you know. When the karma ripens, then it is possible. Oh, then God helped me, you know. That, thank God, like that. But if God is always there, so why don't He help us all the time? That is we have this kind of question. If God created us, and God is up somewhere up there looking at you, and why don't He help us whenever I'm in trouble? So even we pray when we are in trouble, we pray to God. Even we pray from the heart, we don't get the help. So we cannot digest this. But for stupid people, it's good, you know, it's very convincing. So you don't have to think